Hannah from Better Not Stop, and today I'm going to be giving some do's and don'ts about living zero waste. First things first, I'd like to say living zero waste is not just an aesthetic. It's the idea that we're trying to create less waste as individuals when we're just generally in our lives, right? So when I talk about living zero waste, it's really about being way more mindful about what you're buying, what you're bringing into your life, and making sure you're not wasting any of the resources that you're getting, essentially. So the first do of living zero waste is just think about the stuff that you're buying. Be more mindful about the money that you're spending and how you're spending it. That's one of the best ways to think about becoming zero waste, is it's just thinking, how am I spending my money? And it's so important to just really bring it back, bring it slow. Living zero waste is about just being so mindful about the stuff that you're buying. So that's what I would do first. First thing to do is do be mindful about the things you buy, and just be really sure when you're buying things, it's because you're going to appreciate them, love them, want them. Second thing I would say is don't go into the zero waste lifestyle thinking you're going to make every single change straight away. You'll get overwhelmed. So don't get overwhelmed about all the changes you can make. I often find with things like sustainability and being zero waste, I'll be honest, it's like opening a Pandora's box. There's always going to be someone on the internet or that you meet in real life that is doing a much better job at you of being sustainable. It's just the way life is. Things get in the way, our time, our resources, our ability, our location. So many different things are going to be factors in your living zero waste lifestyle. So don't compare yourself to other people, just do your best. Don't get overwhelmed. What I would say is try and tackle different areas of your life at the same time. First thing you can do is just start thinking about the things that you're buying in your life. I've done a small video on how to go zero waste where I kind of delve into a few of the different sections there, but do start to consider what you're buying in your life. Don't get overwhelmed with all the different options that you can do. Another thing I would say is do your research. There's tons of tools, YouTube videos and guides on the internet of how you can be more zero waste. Do your research though, because sometimes going for a zero waste option may not be the most sustainable option. And like I said before, it's a minefield out there. So do your research when you're buying things. Do see what's going to work for you and your lifestyle. An example I will give you is I use Who Gives a Crap toilet paper. Found it's one of the most sustainable options for me. I can buy that in bulk. It can live in my garage for the months that we don't use it, and we'll use it over the course of 6 months before we need to get any more. Now, I did my research, that was the most sustainable option for us, and I can afford to spend, I think, £70-80, however much it is, to get that big box in bulk. Now, that's not going to be possible for every single person. Maybe you just don't have a budget where you can just kind of spend £80 on toilet roll in one go. So what I'm saying is do your research and then do what's right for you, do what's possible for you. It is possible for me to spend a lot of money on loo roll and have it sitting in my garage and it's not taking up room in my house, and it's the most sustainable option to use. So do your research, see what's the most sustainable option within your budget and your parameters and your time, and do go for that. And just do try to do one thing at a time. So I know I've just gone on about loo roll for ages there, but I think it's just so easy for people to say, oh, we'll just do this and just spend £100 on this because it's bulk and you'll save loads of money in the long run. But I think it's just very unrealistic that everybody's got kind of these budgets where they can be kind of spending a lot of money in advance on big bulk purchases in the long term sustainability. So yeah, do your research, see what's possible where you are, and definitely do your research in regards to what's available in your local community. There's lots of zero waste shops popping up at the moment, refill shops, and there's also lots of new startups that are offering that as an online service. So if you're based in London, there's Good Club, and there's lots of others popping up all over the place, including refillable toiletries as well. So do your research. And the last thing I would give as a suggestion for something not to do, this is a definite don't for going zero waste, which is don't expect everybody to get it, and don't lecture other people into going zero waste. One of the things I see all the time is other people telling people in their videos, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, or seeing people ask the question like, oh, I've started to make all these changes, how do I make my family change? How do I make my friends change? Don't lecture other people, try and lead by example. My idea really is just try and lead by example. You know, we do that in our work by, as an example, when we go to conferences and they're giving away drinks in takeaway cups, I always make sure me and my team have got reusable cups, and we're very clear in refusing to get those takeaway cups and complaining to those event organisers about not offering that option. But I definitely would never make someone feel guilty for using that option if they were in that situation and they just had forgotten a reusable cup or just hadn't come across that as an option before. I definitely think it's about show by doing, show what you're doing, share what you're doing, share the value, educate, but definitely don't lecture, because no one likes being told what to do. And you have to remember, we're all coming at this from different stages in our journey. We're going through a climate crisis at the moment, and a phrase that came up during the pandemic, which really struck a chord with me, which is we're all in the same storm, but we've not all got life jackets. Some of us are in a boat, some of us are in a dinghy, and some of us are drowning. So we really need to be thinking about, rather than lecturing other people and telling them what to do when it comes to being zero waste, is just lead by example, show people what you're doing, share if they ask, but don't lecture. I hope that's been useful as a couple of do's and don'ts in becoming zero waste, and I hope to see you in some more of my other videos. Feel free, as always, to leave a comment, give any of your suggestions below. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. I answer each and every single one. And thank you so much for watching this video and giving your time to me today, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care, have a great week.